Greetings, it is I, your friend Shred Durst, your internet pal. Today I'm going to add to your Shred Lexicon with this etude that's going to improve your accuracy, your chord knowledge, your ability to recognize when you can use a relative minor, an apparent major, and 3 chord shapes that you can use for almost any song. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over a little bit of music theory so you can understand what you are playing when you learn this. I think it's important to intellectualize this at least a little bit so that you're not just playing mindless exercises that you can never use anywhere else. For those of you that already understand what a relative minor is and apparent major is, go ahead and skip over this to the next part. So the first chord in that backing track is an E major. You have a lot of options there to solo over that. What we do in the beginning of this is an E major arpeggio. And then we go to this E major 7. And then back. And to the relative minor. E major and C sharp minor are referred to as relative keys. They are referred to this way because they share the same notes. They share the same 4 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. When they're played over the same tonal center, they can sound very similar and even complementary. And knowing where this relative minor is adds a bunch of color to that sweep picking run, and it's something you can do really, really easy. So the easiest way to locate your relative minor is if you're in a major key, and we're in E major, it's on the 6th note of that major scale. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that 6th note, that's going to be the chord. That's where this relative minor will start. And then I would task you with finding the other C sharps on the fretboard. Okay, there's one right there. And you can always just ring out your E string for this, because we're in the key of E. And play, no. So, what we covered so far, if you're in a major key, which we are in E major, we can find it by finding the 6th degree of that major scale. We can also just go 1.5 steps underneath the tonal chord. That always works. Okay, so if you're in E, 1.5, we can find it there. Okay, apparent major. So the second chord in that is a minor. This is on purpose because I want you to explore this. As much as this lesson is about learning that piece of music and learning those sweep picking patterns, it's also about training your ear so you can hear what's going on in that backing track and learn how to solo over it. Use sweep picking and other techniques. So we've covered our relative minor. Fantastic technique. The opposite of that is a apparent major, which is kind of the same exact thing. So let's check it out. So the next chord in there is an E minor. And you'll hear that shift. So the next thing we do is play that E minor arpeggio, and then we go to the apparent major of E minor, which is G major. Okay, so now this is the same thing, and you might have already seen this as I was doing it. What do we have here? We have G major. And And look at this. 1.5 steps underneath it, we have our relative minor of G is E minor. These both share the same notes. They just start from a different place. Okay, I do the same thing with this. So it happens 3 times in the song. So that's a parent major, and you can use the same thing. If we played E, we played E minor. And then we went and played G major, okay? Pretty crazy. But it's pretty cool, and it opens up the fretboard for you. This is a really, really basic thing, but it is really, really powerful, and it works really, really well. Like I said, we're not going to get into diminished chords and major 7 chords and all that stuff just yet. I'm excited for you to learn this because this is a big, big thing. In the backing track, on that major chord, remember, you have your E major, you have the relative minor, and when it goes to the minor, you have your minor and your parent major. Cool. All right, there's 3 chord shapes in this. There's a major chord, there's a minor chord, and there's a diminished. Let's go to a close-up of the pick hand with the fret hand there so you can see how they sync up. And the arrow so you can see when there's a downstroke, when there's an upstroke, and when there is no picking. The easy version of this is already so slow, I do not think you would benefit by going any slower. But if you need to on your own, that's fine. For progressing from the easy to the hard, I'm going to give you a halftime of the hard part. Remember, there is tabs and a backing track for all of this, so make sure you've downloaded all of that. For a lot of you, this will be a month or 2 of learning and playing. I would like you to solo over this track and use what we learned. Try using your relative minor. Try using your parent major. The only way to get better at this is to apply it to everyday playing. These Shred Lexicon episodes take days to make and edit because I want to give you the most high quality thing that I can. So your support means the world to me. I couldn't do it without you. All right, go practice.